Portugal have been crowned champions of football's Euro 2016 tournament after beating host France in Paris. However, the showpiece was marred by fan violence before and after the game, as police made at least 40 arrests. Well, RT's Harry Fear filed us the following report from the French capital, recapping the actions off the pitch during the competition.
Well, the final night of the Euros saw continued fan violence, including on the streets of Paris, including at the base of the symbolic Eiffel Tower. And although France lost 1-0 to Portugal, their fans after the game were still quite excited and decided to interrupt repeatedly our live broadcasts. Yes, indeed. As you can tell, the kind of hooliganism around. I think we're going to have to cut the broadcast. Well, law and order and security was always the key concern of French authorities. France is still in a state of emergency after the November 2015 terror attacks. But there are, let's say, differing perspectives about just how well the French state did in managing security. Here's Prime Minister Manuel Valls on Sunday morning. Listen to this.
We have managed to perfectly organise and provide security for the tournament, which has improved our country's image. Many doubted that the country would be able to do it, but now everyone admits that it has been done to the highest level.
Well, those are surprisingly proud comments, but no doubt that kind of self-congratulatory and proud nationalist tone may have done something to lift the spirits, but it may not do something materially to improve the French government's poor popularity ratings. Either way, it's very clear that with tear gas in the air, the security situation here in Paris isn't entirely under control. Let's recap this month now of matches, but also mayhem. Here's my report.
Even before the first match kicked off, the year's most anticipated football event was already hitting the headlines. There were threats to disrupt the championship's 51 matches from hardline unions, angry over the government's controversial labour reforms. Add to that, millions of fans were warned to be extra vigilant amid fears of ISIL setting its sights on the Euro's soft targets, potentially even with chemically weaponized drones. And thousands of security staff, police snipers, even surface-to-air missiles were all on high alert. And if authorities were focused on preventing terror, well, they clearly were less prepared for football hooliganism. There were fears ISIL might target England and Russian fans in Marseille, but in the end, hundreds of fans did a pretty good job of beating each other up instead. Fan violence reached its peak in the Battle of Marseille. 2 left in a coma. 20 Russians were summarily deported, 3 others later imprisoned alongside 2 English fans. But England, Russia, Croatia, Hungary, Belgium, Portugal, Turkey all faced UEFA disciplinary action over fan violence that marred this year's Euros. French police used lots of their favourite toys. Hundreds were arrested. But it took 3 days of clashes before an alcohol ban was put in place. But that didn't stop scandalous England fans from flinging coins at begging children and repeatedly interrupting our live broadcasts.
Guys. Okay.
Reported the England fans were...
Oh, and that ISIL terror attack, so prepared for, it took place. But hours away from football stadia, there was a lone wolf stabbing of a policeman and his wife. But on a lighter note, at least France made it to the end and picked up from Iceland how to do the Viking clap. Harry Fear, RT, Paris.